Welcome. This is David Boles, Human Meme. Today's topic, knowing when you're in the good old days. Wouldn't it be great if we knew exactly when we were in the good times, and that we could actually enjoy those good times while they were happening? But that isn't how it works. We really only realize the good times when they've already passed us by. And we then have to fondly remember them, not just in retrospect, but through the darkening filters of memory and time. And that is life. This is life. We spend so much of our time regretting what was not, without stopping to appreciate what we have right now, in this moment. And this happens because we are always worrying. We are always seeking the better path, the higher road, the more loyal friend, the extended family. And so these memories, our memories, become golden and more valuable than this moment we are sharing now. And this is because in the past we lived through it. If we only knew then what we know now, we would have been happier and more content then. If we could only go back in time and repeat a life, have a do-over and that one decision that changed everything. If we could only get just one more mulligan again and again, this time starting from the womb. Then we would have the life then that we deserve now. And my human meme friend, all of that thinking is just deadly to mind, soul, and heart. Because we cannot go back into history and change time. We cannot travel forward to modify the context in which we find ourselves. No, we're stuck here. Stuck in the here and the now. We are living our lives in consecutive moments. And if we think about the now being the good old times, well, then this instant is our golden age. Then the sentence I'm speaking to you right now is just the sort of thing we'll look back on in 10 years and say, oh yeah, back then we had it right. We understood who we were because of where we were. We listened better back then. We understood what it meant to be alive. What a golden age that was. Except this moment I'm sharing with you now is even more golden than the moment we were just mentioning. Because this new moment is real and valuable and unfolding in real time. And what I just said now is now. Old news. Old and quaint and valueless. Valueless without the compunction of memory and of time, always playing and betting against your wonderful wishes. So how do we survive the inevitability of this circular time travel capsule that never gets opened and never becomes open-ended? We work to stay present in the moment as the world spins around us. We spin too. We keep time with the rhythm of the river through our lives. Our beating hearts are metronomes, not directional signal beacons. We are not sending out emergency flares. But we must always have the matter and the method to keep track of time as it flings by us, always leaving us behind and never waiting for us to catch up. And so we keep the beat. We become purveyors of faith. And we try really hard not to get lost within ourselves in these thundering, passable, mentoring moments that require active participation in order to preserve and to propagate. Sometimes we catch lightning in our minds, and other times darkness punishes us. And it is our duty to each other to scrape for the light, to press our wishes forward into the ether of the velocity of the sun, so we may always know why we've been and where we stand now. The future is only a predictable perpetuation. The future has no bearing or influence on the May-Day matters of our lives. And so, we quietly pawn for help in life to be rescued from ourselves. But we only find recusals and excuses as we realize over and over that we are truly in this life alone, born to be bred into lonesomeness and inequality. A wise old friend of mine once told me of all the regrets he had in his life, the only thought that continued to punish him into retirement and old age was this: he worried too much about things that never mattered. He told me flatly to not ever worry about anything, because nothing in life was worth the worry or the warting. The only thing that mattered in the end, my friend said, was the active breath, the inhalation and the exhalation in the moment of purest existence. And that, my human meme cohort, is precisely right. The sign of human life has always been breath. The heart may control movement. The mind may anticipate pain and foster ingenuity. But the rise and fall of the chest, in full defiance of the gravity of evolutionary odds stacked against the common human form, is precisely the circular cyclic hero we need to save us from expressed distress and the uninflatable future. Because right now, as ever, we are embroiled in the ongoing battle between the rise and the fall of the promise against the unknown, and the rise of light into breath will always triumph over the fall of darkness, against the ever wishful exhalation. Thank you for listening. Be a human meme.